Now for this problem, what this is right here is the f of g of x. That's a composition of functions. So what I'm going to do is, if you remember like f of 1, that means that you substitute your x for 1. So you do 2 times 1 plus 1, which becomes 2 plus 1, which is 3. So you're using the same principle for this type of thing. It's just that it's f of g of x. So you're going to substitute your x for g of x. So you're going to do 2 times g of x plus 1, because that's your function right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place that g of x, which is your g of x equals x minus 1 over 2. So you're going to substitute that there. So this is times x minus 1 over 2 plus 1. Now the 2's cancel out, so you end up with x minus 1 plus 1, and the 1's cancel out, and you end up that your answer is x. So your answer would be A, which is x. Now here's the thing with this problem. I know that the sign is 1/2, and you don't have a calculator, so you can't do what I taught you, which is to use the sine inverse function. So you can't do the sine inverse of 1/2 equals, and that's going to give you 30 degrees. And that I know because basically this is a triangle that I've added here. This is a 30, 60, 90, which is a special right triangle, which I had mentioned in class before, but the very particular thing about 30, 60, 90 triangles is that the angle opposite this is basically, this is your 1 to square root of 3 ratio. And then if you know that, and it's in order. So if you need to memorize this, which it seems like you do, you know that 30, 60, and 90 go in that order from least to greatest, right? And you know that 1 and 2 are, 1 is less than 2, but the square root of 3 is actually between 1 and 2. So if you look at a calculator and you check the square root of 2 or 3, it's going to be like 1.7 something or something like that. It's just between 1 and 2. So in order, it's 1 square root of 3 and 2. So the 1 goes opposite the 30, the square root of 3 goes opposite the 60, and the 2 goes opposite the 90. Why is that important? Because if you remember SOHCAHTOA, now you know that the sign is 1 over 2. So you know that the opposite is 1, and that the hypotenuse is 2. And in a 30, 60, 90, what you're asking is basically you're getting the cosine of 30. So you need to think in your head, I need to redraw this triangle. So I need to draw a triangle that has a 30-degree angle. And that opposite the 30 is the 1, because that goes with the 1. This is the 90-degree angle, so this is the 2. And this is the 60, because it's the only one left, and this is the square root of 3. So if I'm looking at this one, and that's what they're asking me, the cosine of that angle, then that's opposite, and that's adjacent, so it's CA, because it's CAH. So the adjacent is square root of 3 over the hypotenuse, which is 2. And that's going to be your answer, which is D. So this is just a special right triangle, and you just have to memorize. Sometimes these are things that you have to memorize. Another special right triangle that you should memorize is the 45, 45, 90. And the 45, 45, 90 is just 1, 1, square root of 2, or x, x, x square root of 2. So that's x, x, x square root of 2. So that if you're given any triangle, like I'm given a triangle that this is 45 degrees, this is 45 degrees, and this is 2, then this is 2 square root of 2. If this is 1, and this is 1, then this is 1 square root of 2. If this is 4, and this is 4, this is 4 square root of 2, and so on and so forth. So these are the two things that you need to remember. So that the 45, 45, 90 is 1, 1 square root of 2, and that the ratio for 30, 60, 90 is 1 square root of 3 and 2.